to our YouTube. Do subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. So today, in a perfect world, you'd be watching a different video, but I just couldn't get it edited in time. It's actually a string of videos. It would have been a whole series, but like I said, didn't get them edited, haven't even started, and that's all due to, you know, I was working on this multi-interview job opportunity thing, which ended up well because I got the job, but that took a lot of time because I had planned on editing them in preparation for today, which is my wife and I's 10-year anniversary. So back in January, my wife and I went to Disney World for our 10-year anniversary. We just celebrated it early, and so yeah, I wanted to start that series of videos today, but I don't know, it may be a while before I get those edited. Do you remember back earlier in the summer when I went to a Sarah McLachlan concert? I still need to put that together. So I got some videos in the backlog that need edited. So yeah, let's see, what else? Yeah, for the 10-year anniversary, my wife and I went out to brunch. It was really nice. It was so good. And then my mom treated us to dinner today, and that was really awesome. But yeah, I didn't film any of that. Just kind of wanted that to be a fun day. No cameras, nothing like that. So anyway, what we are going to do today is, any guesses? That's right, a random ranking. Actually, here's another thing. It's getting kind of late, but we started Late Night with the Devil to watch. We rented that, and we're just getting tired. Like, we are ready to pass out, so we actually turned it off, and we're gonna finish it in the morning, which is not normally our style. But my wife, she was like nodding off, and she was really excited to watch this movie, and I'm feeling super tired, so we'll finish that tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna do a random ranking. We're gonna go to my movie collection behind me and pick out 3 movies at random and then rank those movies based on whatever criteria we come up with. Let's get to picking some movies. All right, maybe something from this section over here. Ooh, what? Ooh, I think I know what this is. Oh, I do, actually. I accidentally saw it. But this is a movie that I have where I can feel what it is, and I know what it is. Okay, here we go. So, the one that I knew what it was, and I was right, is The Punisher. This is the Thomas Jane version, and I remember because it had this really cool slip on it. Of course, it's from the DVD era, which had the best packaging for movies. And then, you know, this flips up. The glue, unfortunately, though, isn't working anymore. But, you know, this used to be, like, glued down there. But you have all this cool imagery here. Thomas Jane is the Punisher. Ooh, illustrations over here, and then that part right there. Oh yeah, there we go. Those illustrations there, fold out. Got even more. Check it out, very cool. So this movie I always liked, but I also had some issues with some of the humor in it, like his neighbors. I think I eventually learned that those neighbors are pretty accurate, but they were a little silly to me, and I liked the idea of a more serious movie all around. Like Thomas Jane, Frank Castle's always serious, but I wanted the entire movie to be serious, but his neighbors, there is a silliness to them. But AJ's Movie Place. AJ is one of the biggest Punisher fans, maybe the biggest Punisher fan out there. Knows everything about it, seen all the films, collects the comics. So if you're interested in Punisher and want to know an expert, get an expert's opinion on all of this stuff, just AJ's Movie Place and The Punisher, type those words in. You'll get a lot of cool info. I always love listening to him talk about The Punisher. But yeah, so his neighbors were always a little silly to me, and I wasn't sure how much I liked that, but I think that might be comic accurate if I remember correctly from what I heard from AJ. But also, what's cool about this is this came out in that wave of superhero movies that, you know, Blade and X-Men sort of started, right? And interestingly, Rebecca Romijn, maybe even Stamos at the time, yep, Rebecca Romijn Stamos, is in this movie, but she was already in Marvel films as Mystique in the X-Men franchise, so that was always kind of interesting that, you know, it's not the same universe, but, you know, she's in the X-Men and she's in this. So, you know, kind of cool. Next we have The Bad News Bears. Great film. Walter Matthau is in it. Also, Tatum O'Neal, youngest person to ever win an Oscar. Tatum O'Neal, right there. She didn't win for this though. And then I'm trying to remember the other guy's name. It's not coming to me, and I don't see it back there. But you know, like the older kid, he grew up to be actually like the new, what's his name? The new Freddy Krueger when they tried to reboot Nightmare on Elm Street. He's also in The Watchmen. He's Rorschach in The Watchmen. He's in the movie Little Children. Great, wonderful, fantastic actor, but took a huge break between his being a child actor and adult actor. He had a huge gap there, but he's in this as a young kid. But yeah, this is a wonderful movie. They did a remake of it with Billy Bob Thornton, which I also thought was pretty good, considering when it came out, you know, just, you know, they did as good as they could do in that era, you know. It'd be like today. Actually, I don't even know if it can happen today, but maybe. Yeah, I like this movie. It's funny. You know, it's like the Mighty Ducks, but like rated R sort of thing. Obviously, Mighty Ducks came afterwards. Next, we have Sylvester Stallone in Bullet to the Head, and I actually kind of like this one. I think it didn't do well critically, if I remember right, but I liked it. It had an older feel to it, like when it came out. Like it was like when it came out, it didn't feel like a movie of the time it came out. I don't remember when it came out. It says 2013. It didn't feel like a 2013 movie. It felt like something earlier. And who made this? Wasn't it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, Walter Hill. What else did Walter Hill do? Who am I thinking of? For some reason I thought like Friedkin made this or something. But anyway. Yeah, for some reason I kind of enjoyed this. I thought it was, I don't know. I liked it. Called back to an earlier time of like Stallone's career and just other action movies and things like that. And that's what I liked about it. It didn't feel like it was trying to be like the contemporary films that were also coming out at the time that it came out. But how are we going to rank these? I think I mean, it's been a while since I've seen Bad News Bears, but something is telling me I want to put it at number 1 just because of the classic nature of it. But I always did like it whenever it was on as a kid. And then Punisher is going to be number 2. Punisher could maybe be number 1. Let's say I give Bad News Bears a rewatch and I'm not as into it. I don't know, but I think I would still think it's funny. And then, yeah, so then the Punisher after that. Punisher is number 2. And then Bullet to the Head. Again, I've only seen it maybe once or twice, probably once, but I did like it more than I was expecting. And I think a lot of that was because it was calling back to an earlier time. I don't think it was doing it on purpose, but that's just what it did for me. Kind of like the Tomb Raider with Alicia Vikander. I loved that. And I think it was because it felt like a movie. It felt like it didn't feel like the movies of the time it came out. I'm sure there's a better way to say that, but it's not coming to me. So yeah, there we go. It just made me think of a different era of filmmaking. So yeah, Bad News Bears, the original #1, followed by The Punisher, and then Bullet to the Head. But my question to you is, have you seen these films? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. And perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.